What I don't want is for you to end up falling into the trap that looks like you becoming your own ideal client and not being above and beyond where your ideal client is actually at in their business and in their life. So what does this all mean? Think about it this way. You built this course, you have this service, but you're afraid to sell it. You're overwhelmed by all the marketing techniques and the difference between the hustle of organic versus paid ads, or you literally do not tell people to go buy your program. You tell people, you don't ask for the sale because you're so you're so caught up in the way that you are perceived and the way that you look online. You don't want to come off as salesy. You don't want to come off as pushy. You don't want to be judged. You don't want to be perceived incorrectly. And so because of all these things, every single post or opportunity for connection in the community that you have, every single time that you don't direct the person towards what to do, every single time that you don't clearly articulate the message of what your product or service provides, every time that you miss an opportunity to include a call to action inside of a post, every time that you fail to run a 3 to 6 month advertising campaign using advertising, anytime that you don't do anything that will get you the lead acquisition on a consistent, predictable basis, that will help you feel safe in your body and mission, every time that you don't do any of the things that I just said, you risk becoming your own ideal client. And that is a problem because you built the program or developed the service because you are 1 or 2 steps ahead of where these people that need your help are currently at. And if you do not get the business side of your servitude on lock, then you literally become your own ideal client because you then start to suffer from the things that your ideal clients are probably suffering from, right? So you have to really consider, are you being inauthentic to yourself and your mission by not being an active, living embodiment of the things that you say that your product or your service helps people achieve? And if the answer is yes, right? It's like I'm not being the most authentic, advanced version of myself as I stand 1 or 2 steps ahead of the person that I want to serve. Like if you're not being that, then you deserve to either be called out, right? Just so that in that call out you can be protected, right? And that could come from someone else. It could come from doing it yourself, or you deserve a moment of silence so that you can literally assess in your divine connection to your higher self, where the imbalance related to the thoughts you've created in your mind are. Because if, like I said at the beginning of this video, you've created all of these reasons, okay, why you do not communicate actively in relation to your sales engine and process, but you believe. It's like, yeah, you believe it, but nobody else knows the connection between your belief and the outcome that your product or service provides. It's like you're hoarding in all this energy just because of these limiting beliefs or these limiting ideas that you have in relation to you communicating about the value of your worth. It is a non-negotiable imperative for you to lead a person to the place where they can buy. It's non-negotiable. It's an absolute non-negotiable. Like you go to any store, as soon as you open the door, boom, products on display. And you expect that, right? So when it comes to somebody taking you seriously as a practitioner of your own business, it's the exact same thing. They expect to go to your profile and open the door and be like, oh, look at all these products. Or they expect to visit your website and be like, oh, look at all these products. That's just the natural process of commerce. So somewhere along the lines, you may be confusing this a little bit too much. And the confusion either comes from the overwhelm of how many messages you're getting online related to how much you're seeing, and that's influencing the way that you strategically position your business and brand, or it's because internally you're having doubts about whether your product or service is even worthy or good enough to deliver on the promise that you declared or have said it can deliver on. You need to truly assess these things. And like I said, if you don't have the money to have a coach that's in your pocket that's constantly looking out for you by having these difficult and empowering conversations, then do the mirror work, do the shadow work, look at yourself in the mirror, or drop into the conversations with your higher self. So you open your channel and really just ask The vulnerable questions that you don't want to share with anyone else because of how vulnerable they make you feel about how potentially inauthentic you're being with yourself about the way you are in business. So that's my message for you today. I hope it pulls something out of you that maybe you've been suppressing, maybe you've been hiding behind, because it's a form of self-destruction and it's a slow burn, and this could really hurt you. It could hurt your livelihood, and I don't want it to hurt your livelihood. So since I'm the one talking about it, if anything I've said in this message has you feel like A, there's a connection to me, B, a connection to the message, or C, a connection to the possibility that I've introduced you to, and you would like to be held accountable, you would like the strategies, and you would like to work with someone that cares about your business as much as you do so that you can see those types of gains and growth, then you can always message me so that we can talk about how and when and where we can get together to make that look like. Always a pleasure. Hopefully you're having a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.